Yep. Got him down there watching Bubble Guppies. Man, oh man. See, now you look, I'm gonna... Oh, maybe it's just because it looks different. So you look a little bit whiter now, but it's probably just because it's smaller in OBS.
I turned the light off and it made it look better, but I don't know.
Right.
Look a little weird.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome. First live stream in a while. We haven't done one in quite a while. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. I know the market's not looking too hot, so that's a fantastic way to start the weekend. But hey, it is what it is. No point in getting mad because there's nothing we can do about it. So, let's see here. Really, everything that we've been looking at for the last couple days is really kind of just red. Except, of course, AMC and GameStop. Makes a bunch of sense, but... NIO, on the other hand, man. They got a little bit of news coming out for them, but... Got more news on the Hong Kong listing, which we'll talk about in tonight's video. But yeah, if you guys are here, we'll talk about it once people start rolling in.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually gonna do it, so it'd be good stuff.
That'd be fantastic if they do it. But yeah, kind of hoping things start to look up. I don't know, with this market though, like I started, ooh, wowzers.
There it is.
Damn. I started putting more money into mutual funds. Because the stock market right now, between individual stocks are so up and down right now, it's unbelievable. Like one day they'll be up 20% and the next day they're down 30. Like it's just outrageous. So I think I'm gonna start slowly moving my money over to mutual funds and just letting them ride, man. I'm here to make money, not lose money. So people can say what they want. But
CCIV is going up, NIO's going down right now. Makes no sense.
I think CCIV is only going to keep rising because of the fact that we are getting closer to the merger date. So,
yeah, true. It's true. Hey, welcome.
What's going on? I'm gonna think this is pronounced Chunwei. Chunwei.
I was gonna say
Chunwei. Something like that.
Hopefully turns around, but pretty much every Friday lately has been pretty terrible. So,
right. I mean, the fact that we went from 55 down to 42 is outrageous, but it is what it is.
Right. Yep. Yeah, it's
still
pretty...
looking to price down my average, or still looking to price average my NIO down. Well, it depends on what your price average is right now.
Yeah, this could be a good time to load up a little bit.
Right. Brian, what's going on, man? How you doing? End of year NIO prediction. Our prediction we're still holding the 70. I personally think 70 to 75. That's personally where I'm holding it. So.
Yeah, I said 80. I'm just gonna stick with that for now.
Like I'm not too scared of these down days because it's just the way it is. There's still half a year. There's still under half a year left. We got 5 months left in this year. That is a lot. I mean, we literally ran up what? 40, 50%? What would you say? 70% or something in like a month?
In a month and a half, yeah.
So we got plenty of time to make up some ground. I'm not too scared at all.
Yeah.
What's going on, David? Welcome back.
Hey, David. Yeah, you could lower that cost, basis by a good amount if you bought some now.
But yeah, the market's so up and down. That's why I don't have time to sit here and look at it every single day. So it's kind of nice. That's why
CCIV blasting off right now, Bob. Yeah.
Holy shoot.
Yeah, straight blast off.
I wonder what's going on there.
Don't know.
Let's go, man. Let's get this thing to 65 today. Let's get it there.
She's rocket shipping right now.
I'm gonna need to see 65.
What was that?
Love the NIO content. You guys and a couple others on YouTube, like Aaron, that do. I'm assuming you met Aaron.
Yeah, probably.
Unless that's Apron. I don't know if that's like a legit person or something. That do homework and for us, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we invested in NIO, so we're going to do the research, so we might as well share it with you guys. So.
Yep. Yep.
And we try to give you guys like real, like we give you real information. Like these are straight from like a lot of these articles, and you know we're doing our own research as well. So we're giving you our opinions on how we feel about the stock, and if NIO's dead like it is today, I'm gonna say it's dog water. Like it's dog water right now. NIO sucks right now. Yeah. But
gonna give honest opinions.
I'm still investing in it. I'm not gonna sell out of my NIO share. So I mean I did lower my we talked about this the last couple times. I did lower my position in it a little bit. To kind of allow me to go into other things because I was 80 or 85% NIO. So yeah. And I'm glad I did because it's dropped like $2 or $3 since. So
yeah, big lull to that guy,
right?
That was giving you crap for selling some, and
right.
Look at it now.
Right. Let's see here. Probably going to lower down one time and just hold for the long. Yeah, I mean the thing is like the long-term holding sucks because you just can't look at it. The more you look at it, the more you're gonna freak out and like it sucks. But if you're legit long time, you're just not gonna look at it.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of volatility right now, which
for sure
sucks. But it'll go away. Just gotta give it time.
David Xpeng up this morning. Filled orders for Lee and NIO. Wow. Xpeng is up like crazy because they just rolling out in the news, man. Their news just rolling out like crazy. They just released a patent or released plans for a flying car or something crazy. Wonder if NIO will touch 42 today. I mean, it's a good possibility. I hope not, but we're on that downward trend. I mean, it's not looking too hot.
Right.
Not looking too hot. We'd have to look back and look to see like what actual solid supports and resistance are for NIO, depending on how far we go out.
Right.
I mean, we've held this 42.5 for quite some time. We've touched it a couple times back here, but we could probably get a little bit more detailed if we go back in, you know, to the 1 month range or so. But that's the thing. NIO, XPEV, etc. can rally 50% within a few weeks. Probably best to buy the dips every few weeks and not look at your account so you don't panic. So I mean, exactly.
Pretty much.
I mean, we just had that tear in the last month and a half, all the way up 70% from 30 all the way up to 55, like an absolute tear. And so like we still have plenty of time left in this year, and they're going to be cranking out the deliveries. You got their earnings coming out. I'm sure the NIO Day is coming up towards the end of the year. Like a whole bunch of crap coming up. So I'm not too concerned. I'm not too scared. A lot of these other and that's the thing. We're just a couple guys on YouTube. So like it's not like we have relations with NIO. It's not like we talk with these, you know, this company every day or anything. It's just like we're doing our research just like you guys are. And I mean, even these big just research companies, all these big hedge funds and all these big analysts, you know, that work for Citadel and that work for JP Morgan and all these just random banks and everything. Like they're even saying that their price targets are still really high for the year. So upwards of $100. So we'll see if we can hit that. Y'all know much about the ADR fee? Y'all know how much the ADR fee is for NIO? I heard it's an annual fee. I have not. I haven't looked into it that much. Could find out.
Don't look at it and also hope for it not to delist. Yeah. I'm not really too worried about it being delisted, but Well, it's always a possibility.
So I'm just looking at a few websites, and it says commonly the ADR fee is about 2 cents a share. But whether that's what it applies for NIO, I'm not quite sure.
Right.
But good lord, it's puberty around here today, chat.
Well,
But I don't know if that's also included in the fees by your brokerage as well. According to Fidelity, they don't charge that fee, so it's not imposed by Fidelity. Y'all don't look at it, and also, don't look at it. Also, hope it for not to. Yeah, exactly. Well, it's similar to what Chad was saying. I'm not scared of delisting. Obviously, there's always the possibility. Always a possibility when it comes to Chinese stocks. China could straight up just pull all their crap from the U.S. market at any given time. No one knows when that could happen. It's just a risk you're willing to take that, hey, they're going to either pull it or they're not. It's just a risk you're willing to take and how much you're willing to gamble on that.
I mean, both sides could do it. The U.S. could do it too.
Essentially, yes. And it's like, this has been this, like, and we made a video on this and people were freaking out about it. But basically, like, this has been the way it's been for, 30 years? You know, like since the 90s. So I'm not too concerned at all. And China knows how much money NIO's bringing in just being listed on the U.S. stock exchange. So they would be fools, absolute fools to pull that.
Yep.
Let's see here. Option trading, honestly, Chunwei, that's like a whole nother different way of investing. You know, it depends on how people trade. It could be similar to, you know, depending on what the stock is doing, whether it's it could be a day trade or you can just hold it for quite a while. It just depends. It depends. And it's a whole different ball game. We don't do option trading, so we don't really give a whole lot of feedback on it. Just because we don't do it. So we don't want to give bad advice to somebody who's doing it.
What's up, Alex?
Hasaded. Fahad, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
One of our loyal Patreons right there, Fahad. Appreciate it. David as well. David Johnson, you're as loyal as can be. With the YouTube
David,
sub and the Patreon.
Yeah, David, I saw that you sent some messages in the Discord, but I've been like crazy busy, so I haven't even had time to read them yet. So I will get to it and reply back to you if you have any questions. But yeah, I've been super busy all day. How's it hanging?
Joel, last week I saw QuiverQuant site that Senior or Senator John Hickenlooper purchased some NOK. It was at Nokia. And of course, this week it jumped almost 12%. Help me make some buck with these to compensate this week's losses. Well, I mean, I don't know if you bought into that or not, but there's a lot of insider trading going on in this world. A lot of insider trading, especially in the government.
Hey, Alex, 22nd birthday. Congrats on that.
How's it hanging? You know, it's all right. Oh, I got I got some pictures. Let me show you guys these pictures real quick. I got pictures of my room. So you guys are no longer going to see this bedroom here in like the next coming days. So
we'll see. We'll see about that.
I am finishing up the stream room. Let me just copy.
David, all this crap will end when all the fear stops happening, which I don't. It's gonna keep going for a little bit,
right?
Probably.
Good morning, Phil. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me pull up the Discord. Save image.
Alex, you got any plans? It's Friday. It's your birthday. You doing anything?
How old is he?
22.
22. Sounds like he's getting drunk.
Hey Tim, what's going on? David, as of right now, no, I don't see it going into the 30s. I think the lowest I saw was like 39.80. So I mean, that for the low support. So, I mean, I guess technically we could go into the 30s, but like super high 30s. But I right now I don't really see it going to that. Thanks for the great videos each day. I have a large position in NIO and know the.
That is going to be the new stream room.
Hey, you painted it today?
Yeah. Oh, I painted it last night. So this is last night. So this wall on the left was not painted. This at like when I took the picture, but this is the colors. It's like this darker blue with a gray and yeah, so I'm painting this wall, the gray as well. The camera and stuff will face this wall, and I'll put some shelves on there and put some bobbleheads and other stuff in the background. But yeah, this has been a long time coming. I have been working on this for months now. Remodeling my entire basement by myself is literally taking forever.
Yeah. So no more bedroom background.
Yeah, so no more bang sanctum in the back room. In the background.
Yeah, Rod.
Yeah, nothing no more bedroom. So say goodbye to the bedroom probably starting this coming weekend. So one of these videos is going to be gone.
Alex says he's getting hammered, so you were right.
Attaboy. NIO to the moon. That's right. Well, to the ground right now.
Let's get this NIO and EV sector back in the green. Yeah, I mean, it's been weird. Like it runs up, sells off. Runs up, sells off. Like
right.
It's just
it's a vicious cycle. I was hoping we weren't going to break past 45, but now it's at this point I'm hoping we just don't go below 40. So
yeah, I think last time I looked, like there's a pretty good support, like 38.90 ish or something. But I believe there was another support even before that. I think low 42s. I can't remember off the top of my head,
right.
But yeah, there's a couple good supports. Yeah. So
also, if you guys aren't subbed to the channel, hit that sub button and hit that like button. It really helps push the stream to new audiences. We build the community. So if you guys haven't liked the video yet, that's all we ask. Just hit the like button. But yeah, so I'm hoping NIO doesn't continue to fall, because if it does, it's not going to be good. And I think people will start to panic sell, and that is not going to be a good thing. So hopefully we hold above the 40 mark. That'd be fantastic. And then, yeah, we continued off to the races. So we'll see. But I guess if we go into the 30s, I don't want to buy more NIO. But if we're in the 30s, I just can't help myself but not buy more. Like, right. I'll just have to.
I think we're close to the bottom. I think there's going to be another the same thing is going to happen, pretty much like I just said. There's going to be a point where it gets to a low enough point where everyone starts, wanting to buy back in, and that's just going to be chain reaction.
Right.
And then it's just blast off again.
Right.
So
just let's see here. Thanks for the great videos each day. I have a large position in NIO, and I know the ups and downs are common. Yeah, we appreciate that compliment, man. We really do. We do a lot of work around here to get these videos out to you guys. We're both very busy, but we make time for
CCIV
it. So.
Blasting off again right now.
Is it? This is going to be awesome. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, we're seeing 65 today with CCIV. This one's going to 65, easy. What's going on? What's up, Tim Harper? How you doing, man?
If you don't know, there's a lot of sarcasm that happens over here. So
yeah, we're very sarcastic people. So just.
Don't think we're serious all the time. Yeah. Big institutions are buying. Yeah, I want to see.
I hope so.
They've been buying. There was like 820 some last time I looked.
Right here. So Lucid Motors shares up. Weeble, you're the best. This is the best program. So this literally came out. Powerful, purposeful, beautiful, lucid air in person. There ain't no way this is the reason that it went up like crazy.
Are they
That
just
is a
saying
nice car. That is a nice
did
car.
they just finish this in Florida, like another showroom in Florida or something, or what? Maybe
Miami,
that's why.
Florida. There you go.
I can
Chad,
go
just drive
check it
down
out.
there. Just drive
Check it out.
down there. Just don't
Over
hit anybody
there.
on the highway, but drive down there and let me know how this. Let me know what it looks like, man. Go in there and talk to them.
Right.
Ask for a promotional sponsorship for stock dudes.
So institutional ownership right now, this could be behind a little bit, but it's 835 institutions.
I would like to know if anybody knows a way to. Is there a way to get the news back on Weeble? Does anybody know that? Like, I click on it and then it goes away. If anybody knows that, please let me know.
Right. CCIV is just sending it right now.
Okay, so right here. So Lucid Motor shares at session high up around 1%. As the company tweets this. Yeah, so maybe that's the reason it's just blasted off, because the company tweeted. Like, there ain't no way.
That's kind of
to me. That doesn't seem.
They didn't announce anything or anything.
Right. It doesn't seem legit.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Bought my first option on NIO at January 2023 Leap. Wow. It's a hell of a way out. Which we're actually going to release a video. I think it's going to be this weekend on where we think NIO is going to be.
End of 2023.
End of 2023. So, actually, since that, let us know in the comments right now. Let us know, where do you guys see NIO being in the next 2 years? Where do you see NIO's price reasonably being within 2 years? We want to see if we're on the same page here.
Yeah, at the
We're
end,
either going to be way off, or we're going to have to remake a video. One of the two.
At the end of 2023, where do you see it?
Yes, end of 2023 going into 2024. Where do you see NIO sitting? I'd love to know what you guys think. Sell some NIO, spend on it. Let's see here. What's going on, Jonathan? How you doing, man? Everyone, please hold and buy NIO. That's what we want. That's what we need people to do. Let's see here. Just hope it closes above the 200 SMA. Yeah, that's what we need. But yeah, I mean, I was really hoping for a green day, considering we had what, 4 out of the 5 days red today, or this week. I think 4 out of the 5 are red.
Yeah.
Big institutions are buying in. We just talked about that. I will anticipate it start rally soon into earnings into August, hopefully sooner rather than later. I think we're going to see a rally a week and a half before then is when we'll see that,
Yeah,
Joe.
probably starts, yeah.
Saint says 300 robo taxis out by then. Nicholas 275. So I think we're on the same page then.
We're good to go. Hey, Fahad, just to say it again, if you have any issues getting into the Discord, let me know. You should have got an email. But yeah, if you didn't get an email, let me know, and I can email it to you.
David saying 82.53 by June next year. Ooh, that seems low to me. But maybe I'm off. That seems low. I'm thinking we're going to be by June next year. That's, roughly summertime. I'm going to say like 125.
So I think this volatility, blast offs, up, down, down is going to keep happening until they're profitable. Once they're profitable, we saw this with Tesla. They were volatile like crazy until they were profitable, and then it just straight rocket shit.
Right.
So I think we'll probably kind of see the same thing with NIO. I think once they actually turn a profit, then validate them more as a company. People will see them more legit and won't be so scared all the time. And so, but hopefully by the end of this year, they're profitable. If not, like I said, it's going to be next year by mid next year, I think, for sure.
David, 127.82 by September. I love the specific numbers. Yeah, you're like, this is right here is where it's going to be at.
What's going to happen?
I think the big ups moves, it's past 200 in 2023. So, yeah,
at least we're in the same ballpark as a lot of you guys, so that's good to know. So we'll probably release that video this weekend. You know, it kind of sucks releasing it now because NIO's just been down, but we're also looking in the future as well. So we're looking past these down days. But yeah, I think next year we're really gonna see NIO take off as well, just because like the ET7 is coming out. More expansion. I'm sure they're going to expand into other countries next year. And I'm hoping by the end of next year or early 2023, they announce expansion into the U.S. That's what I'm hoping. DD by summer next year. So DD has kind of just been up and down since that whole debacle in China with the public information and stuff. They're kind of like all over the place. So looking at tip ranks, game please.
I think once they get that sorted out, it'll pop back up to what it was before that big tank off. But
right. Well, in the next year, they're predicting within the next 12 months, they predict DD will be anywhere between 25, 25, and 25. So that's a 108% increase from right now. So
it's only one guy that says that.
Well, right. But
yeah,
that's what we're going with. So, yeah, I think it can be a good thing if they can get everything sorted out over there. I think this will turn around and start to head its way up.
For sure.
DDs will use robo-taxis in the fleet. NIO owns part of DD. Do they? If they own part of DD, that'd be dope. I know NIO is also investing in that company. What is it? What is that company? I think it begins with an X. You know what I'm talking about?
New.
Oh, they don't. I don't know if they own them or if they just like invested in them.
Probably NIO Capital.
No. It's a car company that it's going to be like Carvana of China or something.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. The used car or whatever.
Yeah. I'm trying to UXIN. Uxin. This right here. So this is the one that I'm kind of like keeping an eye on, because of them investing into them, and they claim that it's going to be similar to like Carvana. So I wonder if you'll end up seeing like used NIOs or something on this website. Who knows? But yeah. Let's see here. Take the number of cars they are building now, translate into sales, and then multiply it out. Yes, the stock will be volatile, possible going up more, but it will also correct to true value. Yeah, exactly. And that's depending on how many cars they deliver in the next coming years. I guess that's a good way to look about it. It'll be interesting. I think once we get numbers coming out of Europe, we'll actually get like a feel of how they're going to do in Europe. I still think they're going to do really good in Europe, but it's just a matter of waiting until that happens. But the ET7 is going to, I think that's going to be a huge player for them, considering the fact that CICC is predicting them to do 70,000 next year just alone with the ET7. Like, that's massive.
Right.
That is massive.
That's pretty nuts.
That's 3/4 of the deliveries they're doing now with 3 different vehicles.
Right.
So I'm predicting 200,000 deliveries next year. That's my guess. And that's 25,000 higher than what's predicted by CICC. But I try to remain like, try to keep it realistic as well. So Volkswagen, electric cars are flopping in Europe. Yeah, Volkswagen's on a really hard push to get all of their vehicles produced to electric by like I think 2025 or 2030, something like that.
Sorry, I missed the
Volkswagen converting all of their cars over to EV from this point forward.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're trying to do. Yeah, I think Tesla built a name for itself being like one of the first ones to do it, and I think Tesla's just going to have that fan base. Regardless if there's a better car. Like, to me, I think the ET7 blows anything Tesla has out of the water, but people will buy the Tesla because of the name. It's just like Apple. People are going to buy Apple because of the name. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited for the future though with NIO, so we'll see what holds. But again, like I said earlier, I'm looking into other mutual funds as well because I'm here to make money and not lose it. So investing into normal stocks is good, but the volatility, man, it drives you crazy. It really does.
Right now, I mean, the stock market hasn't been right since COVID, and it's usually not this bad.
Right.
How has it been lately is just craziness.
Volkswagen are a car with electric features, accessories, and NIO and Tesla are computers. Right.
CCIV is still.
Is it still taking off? It's pulled back. It was up like 3%. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, we'll see if it holds this.
Let's see here. Ralston is ringing the bell Monday morning, I guess. DJ Panic for the win. Is that the case? Let's see here. Yeah, if that's the case, that could help a little bit too with you know, with the merger coming up. When is that? Wednesday or something? When's the 23rd? That is next Friday. So a week from today is when that's going to happen. So yeah, I'm prepared to buy the rumor, sell the news.
Sure.
Getting ready for that. I'm sure that's going to be, it'll be interesting to see how CCIV plays up to that day.
Right. I'm looking at Fintel, and State Street Corporation bought 25.5 million shares of NIO.
You're looking at Fintel?
Yeah. So sometime last quarter, they bought 25.5 million shares of NIO. Pretty insane.
Let's see here. Got 1.2 million. 26,000, 24,000. How far down was it? 25 million. Like there it is. Unbelievable.
Ford truck and Tesla truck. I might be selling my F-250. I think the look is cool, even though it's not attractive. I would buy the Ford Lightning. My biggest worry is the range when towing. Because all the other companies that have trucks or towing, they say anything about towing, they say that the range is pretty much cut in half when towing. So like the Ford, the lowest range is like 200 and some, I believe. And, you know, you cut that in half. you're not going that far.
Right. What is NIO doing? Spent 50K on NIO, stop dipping. Yeah, that's it's kind of just all over the place.
Just a bunch of fear going on right now, I think.
Any thoughts on EVGO? We've looked into it a little bit, but we haven't I don't think either of us have opened a position on it. Me personally, I don't plan on doing it right now because I am just already in CCIV. I'm in Tesla. I'm in NIO. I'm in ChargePoint. Like, I don't need...
Right.
I don't think I need another EV. Let's see here. Tip Ranks has a 2 analyst rating, buy and a hold. And right now we're sitting at $11.80, and it's got a high of $21 and an average of $16.50, which is a 40% upside. So that's still not a bad deal for 12 months.
Yeah.
Go up, NIO. Go up, NIO. We need it all. We all need it to go up.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we were going to start to see 60 again. And then it gave us the old debate and turned it around to 42.
Maybe the next rip we have go to 60.
What's your take on Microsoft Cloud 365? Might be a game changer. Microsoft is definitely a safe bet for anything. Their earnings are coming up next week or in a week and a half.
Are they? It's 27th. So yeah, a week and a half or so.
All right. But yeah, Microsoft is definitely a safe bet. It's one of those stocks that like you can invest into it and don't have to really worry about it going crazy. Like, you know, some of these more risky stocks.
Yeah, I just looked a couple days ago and it's up 30% this year so far.
Yeah. 30% return on one stock is ridiculous. That's pretty good.
Yeah, let me make sure. 29.31 for the year. So yeah.
Cloud 365. Is that their subscription service?
What's up, Robbie?
I think it's their I think it's a subscription service.
My cost average for NIO is 38 something. I would have to look. 38 something though. 38 and some change. Yeah, I'm in Microsoft and it's just like he said, it's just one. It's kind of like Apple or something, just one you just buy and just hang on to it. Anything?
Yeah, my cost. I sold. I think we talked about this multiple times, but I sold a couple NIO shares last week, 2 weeks ago or something, and it raised my cost basis up to like I think it was like 47 or 48. So at this point, I'm just holding. Like I could average down, but obviously the point of me selling was to lower my position in NIO to put into other things. So I'm just kind of playing the waiting game right now. I'm not too concerned at all. I'm not even concerned at all. Not even concerned.
If we dip below 40, I'm going to be buying more.
If I held all the way down at 30, this is nothing to me. This is nothing. Right. What's going on, Robbie Stonks? Windows 11 is going to be a cloud service. It was recently announced. Oh.
I've heard Windows 11 stuff, but I haven't actually looked into it.
I've seen a few TikToks of people having leaked versions of Windows 11.
Yeah, there was like Linus Tech Tips and stuff. He had videos on it. But
well, hopefully I think they're gonna change it too much and it's gonna flop like Windows 8 did. Just don't change it too much. I think Windows 10.
From what I've seen, it's kind of from what I've seen. Also, this is just pre-release versions. It's pretty much a rip-off of like Apple.
Yeah, look at this screenshot.
Like, let me see. What are you looking at?
Look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely looks a lot like there's no start bar. I think this is what's gonna hurt them.
Yeah,
is you change it too much and people are going to get upset. And who knows?
I mean, point proven. Once I saw that, I had no interest in Windows 11, and that's why I haven't looked into it at all because I don't care.
Right. It's like Windows 8 came out and then it completely flopped. 100% flopped. And then they designed Windows 10. It was so bad they had to skip a version. It went from 8 to 10.
Well, they had like two different versions of 8, didn't they? Like 8.2 or 8.1 or something.
Yeah, one was for like mobile, like tablets. Yeah, and the other one was for like desktop. But they're still both really bad. And I think Windows 10 is perfect. I think Windows 10 is just as good as Windows 7. And Windows 7 was my favorite.
It's just better. Yeah, I mean, I would still be on Windows XP if I could be.
Oof, easy, boomer.
I loved XP. It took no resources, like just to run the operating system. It's like friggin' 28 meg or something.
Right.
But yeah, Windows 10 is pretty much Windows 7, just not as resource hungry, and obviously there's some changes, but yeah, I just stick with Windows 10 for as long as I can. Because Windows 10 was supposed to be the last Windows, and they were just gonna keep doing updates, but
Right. And then that never happened. So
exactly.
profits are going down. So what do? We make another operating system.
Right. Right.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, I think Windows 10 has been pretty good. Like I said, though, Windows XP for life. Yeah, Windows 10 for anything recent, last however many years, 15 years or so. Yeah, Windows 10 for sure.
Oh, let's see here.
And by August 6th, I sure would hope we're, back into the at least low 50s. Robbie. Also, if it is Windows 11 going to be a cloud service, I'm kind of curious if that means then you're going to be like paying like a subscription or something.
Right. They're probably going to make it free, and then you're just going to pay monthly for the operating system.
That would be terrible.
That's just me guessing based on a cloud service, and
Right. I mean, that's usually how cloud services work.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Robbie, I think that's a pretty safe bet.
I mean, I would easily think that it's going to be above 41, but man, y'all are some risky ass people, dude. Y'all like to gamble a little bit more than I do. Yeah, so if that's the case and it's like Office 365 where it's a monthly subscription, I think it's going to piss a lot of people off too, man. Nobody wants to pay monthly to use their computer.
Yeah, that'd be stupid. What's up, stock dudes? I just picked up 7 more shares NIO at 42.50. It keeps going down, so I keep picking up more. Yeah, Anthony. Welcome back too, by the way. Been seeing you around a lot. Yeah, I mean, we've been holding this, this 42.60-ish mark for a while now. So who knows, this could be sort of the bottom. But yeah, if it goes down, like I said, with more, I'm snatching up some more.
The problem is it keeps dipping, and so we're like, all right, buy the dip, and then it keeps dipping, and we're like, buy the dip, and then it just keeps dipping.
Right. Yeah, Robbie, you'll be sitting all right. You'll be good to go. I think it'll definitely. I mean, it should be over 41 by August, unless something crazy happens. Morning, dudes. More to buy. Yeah, that's why I always dollar cost average time. Because I just started a position in XPeng, I don't know, a week ago. And then, of course, it starts dipping even more, even though RSI and everything was, pointing to good things.
This is one of my favorite memes.
Yeah.
So that's why yeah, if you guys have ever watched the show American Chopper from years ago, buy the dip. I already bought the dip. Buy it again. It keeps dipping. Buy more. I'm out of money.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I was. That's how I was feeling back when it was in like the 30s. Like I was out of money, and it just sucks.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I'm worried about a correction in the market happening between now and August 6th. Yeah, that'd be no good. I mean, we just had a correction, so I don't know if there's really going to be another one that soon. Just depends on how hard they push inflation and all this other nonsense fears. But I saw that what was it? Unemployment was at the lowest it's been since COVID.
Well,
that just came out like a day ago. Was it unemployment?
Well, it was unemployment, and then what's her name? I think you sent it to me this morning in Discord. Maybe it was you. Maybe it wasn't. Let me see.
NIO is the goat. Exactly, Diggs. You know what's up?
I saw a news article this morning. It wasn't from you, that's for sure. Let me see if I can find it.
Buy one share every day, David. I mean,
Yellen, that's it. Yellen.
oh
See,
yeah.
Janet Yellen, good old Jeanette Yellen,
Yeah.
sees several more months of rapid inflation before easing, and this is exactly what
Every time she opens her mouth.
Powell said last week too.
Yeah.
So
But every time she opens her mouth,
well, it doesn't help either that I don't know if this is going to affect the market, but the fact that stuff in Cuba's hitting the fan and South Africa, like I don't know if that has anything to do with like more tensions, like who knows, but like
it wouldn't surprise me if it somehow did.
Yeah, it's just like crazy. So
so we might be down for a little bit, but well, we talked about it in a video a couple days ago that Powell, he said once, you know, we get kind of caught back up from the bottlenecks of COVID crap, that the inflation stuff should start dying down a little bit.
right.
I don't think it'll take that long to get caught up, but probably a month or two, they were saying.
Well, that, and then they said that the CPI jumped crazy high, and this is like the highest it's been, or the highest, it jumped like 0.9% or something like that. And they said that's the highest jump that they've seen since 2008, right before that crash too. So yeah, a whole bunch of weird stuff. So
Tom, exactly.
Let me.
Do y'all think NIO will go back under 40? Last time I looked, like a pretty darn big support is like 39.80 around there. But that's like, I don't see it going to that right now. I believe there's another support. I would have to look back at Weeble, but I believe there's another support. I think low 42s or high 41s. David, we were just talking about this. You would probably know if you have it pulled up. I don't have it pulled up right now, but I guess I could. But yeah, like low dip, like emergency dip. Just making up words. Like 39.80 around that mark.
My emergency dip for NIO is $0.
Oh,
$0. That's the emergency dip right there. Let's see here. So like just looking at it, like we still have these kind of trended out a little bit. We'll see if any of these carry. So this one down here, 32 is obviously the low. Like to me, like the 30, 32 is like your low. Like we haven't seen that. We've only touched it twice. And then like anywhere. So for most people, if anybody doesn't know, we're basically looking for the bottom parts. These are going to be your supports. And then the tops are going to be your resistance. As long, like you, obviously we could say, oh, here's one. But we look for ones like that have multiple touching points. So like here, you know, we've touched the low twice. We could probably put one here. Well, yeah, I mean, we touched it twice there, but I'm looking for ones that have touched multiple times, like in the past.
Yeah.
So, like, I think this 40, 41, 42 mark.
41.62. That's what I was looking for, David.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, we're getting close here. We touched it here, and then if we scroll back here. I mean, we blew past it here. It was really relatively close here, and back here we touched it multiple times throughout the life cycle of NIO. So we're looking for patterns like that. So
yeah. Yep. But if we break past that 41.62 area, then I think we'll go down to like high mid 39s. And then hopefully that's the lowest. Q3 results in August. Comments. Their Q2 is coming out next month on the 9th. I believe it is, right? Let's see. Yeah, the 9th.
Yeah, so
I think it's gonna be good. I think they're gonna blow it out of the water like they usually do. It'll probably go up the week before, and then when they release the numbers, they'll sell off like usual too. But
right, I'm more excited about their deliveries for the month of July instead of the earnings.
I think them hitting whenever they hit 10,000 deliveries, I think that'll have more effect on the stock than them doing really good earnings. unless
Right.
somehow they're profitable. But yeah, once I hit like 10,000 cars a month, I think that's gonna have a lot better effect on the stock.
Which, did we do a video on their Q2?
Yeah, we updated the Q2 numbers.
Oh. Okay. So July. Yeah. So
Yeah,
July's
Tom,
gonna
I
start
saw that
Q1.
too. They just added more swap stations yesterday or earlier today. They're killing it. It just blows my mind how many they're doing. I thought 500 to start with battery swap stations by the end of this year was a crazy goal, and then they just go out and just say, no, 500's too easy. We're gonna do 700.
Right.
Like what?
Right. Well, and it's just, yeah, it just amazes me that they keep bumping everything up. So.
And they pretty much always hit these goals unless there's something outside of their control, like chip shortages. They always hit these goals.
Right. Yeah, Robbie. So on that year to date, that's what the stock charts website goes off of, is year to date, and right now we're at 42. And normally anything around 50, you usually see it kind of reverse around. If we scrolled back here, we can see it down towards 50, it reverses. Down towards 50, it reverses. If we just keep scrolling back, we'll see it down 50. Obviously, this is way back in the years, but yeah, and obviously we hit our extreme lows back here in the 30s. So
yeah, instead of kind of staying between 50 and 70, it kind of stayed between 30 and 50 during the correction stuff. But yeah, 42, 50 on the RSI that's good. So hopefully we start.
But we'll give you guys a little, since you guys are dedicated fans and loyal subscribers here, which if you're not subscribed, hit that sub button. What are you waiting on? Change your life.
CCIV is heading back up, by the way.
Of course it is. We'll look at that here in a second. But we'll give you a little sneak peek at tonight's video, and that's going to be about more information on the NIO Hong Kong listing. So apparently they filed to list back in March, but they had some user trust holding issues which prevented them from doing it. Well, NIO also needed to file, or they also needed to fill in some what's the term I'm looking for here? Basically, there's certain rules and regulations that they had to follow in order to list on the Hong Kong market, and that's what NIO is doing now, is they're filling in these positions, and that's why they brought on the new woman to, or the new lady, I don't know, I'm trying not to be an ass. I don't want to sound like I'm an ass, but they brought on the new, I'm trying to think of her name too.
I can't think of her name.
I can't think of it either. But they brought on the new woman to the board, and that's going to fill in some of those rules and regulations that is required. So this might be a good sign that NIO is getting ready to become IPO or list on the Hong Kong market. So, and they said Li Auto is scheduled. They're both following the same pattern that XPeng did, but Li Auto is rumored to IPO at the end of August on the Hong Kong market. So keep an eye out for that as well. But what's going to be interesting to me is if NIO offers more shares when they IPO, because if we pull down the Webull statistics, I hope you guys can see this here. Let's see here. The shares outstanding is 1.64 billion shares, which is really high, because if we look at XPeng, their shares outstanding is 700 million after the offering. 700 million.
Right.
And then Li Auto's the same way. They have 845 million. So NIO has pretty much doubled the amount of shares that everyone else has right now.
Right. Yeah, that's a problem.
So it's like, even if they were to do like a reverse split 2-to-1 or whatever,
I don't think they will.
I don't think it'll happen either, but I'm thinking they did this for a reason. This is why they have $7 billion in cash on hand, for them to do the listing without having to offer more shares.
Yeah, last time I heard, when this whole thing was first announced, I don't know, beginning of the year, I guess, maybe, that they said they had enough already on the side to do it. So we'll see if that's true or not, but
Right.
we'll see. Cars need gas, EV needs charge. Average owner lives less than 3 kilometers away from station. NIO doing it right. Infrastructure first. NIO price today doesn't matter when it triples, when it's triple digits in a year or two. Exactly, Tom. Yeah, they
Right.
wanted what was it, 90% to be within 3 kilometers of a station. That's pretty ridiculous.
Well, that and the first NIO contestant is choosing where to build the station as well. So
Just
I think
build
I
one
read the
next
article
to
this morning, and I think he chose close to his house or outside of his employment.
I
Place
would
of
choose my
employment.
house over employment
Right.
because your employer could change.
Right. Looking for a bounce back to 4372 or 42. Yeah, that would love that. We need it. We need it. David, I know
Well,
you're
see,
good with
there's-
numbers,
if you-
so
Yeah, if you look at the chart right now, it kind of throughout the day, it's kind of bounced off where we are now. It's like there's little mini resistance around this area.
right.
So we need to pop past this.
I would probably say the
forward for
40, 42, 60, 64 mark, because it's bounced off it quite a few times. So we'll see. Hopefully, this isn't just another trend where it's going to run up and then pull back. We need it to go back up. I was going to mention something else too. Now I'm going to sit here and try to think about it. Crap. I can't remember, chat. I can't remember.
Unbelievable.
Oh, calling like a fart in the wind, dude. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. I think it was something to do with their earnings or it's something to do with their quarterly results or them IPOing or something. Man, I can't remember right now. If I think of it, I'll come back to it. But yeah, hopefully good stuff to come. Hopefully. I want to put a lot of money into this W. I'm sorry. I want more of the same. I'd love to see 35 so I can double my position. I think if NIO gets back down to 30 for any given reason, I don't want to hear a single complaint from anybody about NIO being too high and not having the chance to buy.
Yeah.
Because with it being down to 30, a month and 2 months ago, like that was the perfect chance.
And it was there for a while. Like you had 3 months.
Right.
Or more than 3 months.
It would be a bad bearish daily candle if NIO closes here. Yeah, which hoping it doesn't, but it is what it is. Hopefully, Robbie, I'm pulling for you, man. I'm pulling for you. I think we'll be above that $41 mark in August, but hold your breath, man, because it's going to be a tight race. The benefit out of that though would be the deliveries coming out August 1st, so you might look out there. Yellen said we'll probably see more inflation increase. Thoughts on that? Yeah, so we kind of just talked about that a little bit. Basically, between her and Powell, they both said the similar thing, that we're going to see it increase and then before it retraces. But we hope that it gets better. We're tired of seeing this. I can't stand. I think it's just. At first it was COVID, beat the dead horse with COVID, and now we don't have that to beat on. So now we got to go back to inflation, and then after that, now it's the housing market, and it's just a bunch of garbage. Right.
So you can at the chart right now, you can see what I was talking about. How there's like this little resistance around that 32, 90 area. You can see it goes up, then goes back down off the same spot multiple times throughout the day.
Right.
So. And we'll see. It's starting to actually go back up now, so we'll see if we break past it.
Keep going, baby. Keep going.
Yeah.
The user should put that battery station the best place to better the company. Where would it get more use and increase user? Well, see, if he worked for the company, that's different, but he's not going to see any benefit out of that aside from it being close to him. So I bet he's going to put it close to where he lives, or like you said, in the workplace.
Broke past it. Now we might be off to the races.
David, if we hit 43, 42, man. Dude's good with numbers. He's one of the valued members over in our Discord. If you guys are interested in that, you guys can The way to get into the Discord is through the Patreon. Get your access to the Discord, all the members like David. Yeah, and good time over there. You get access to our portfolios and the Discord portfolio, and that's where the members actually get to choose. The members chose which stocks to go in there. So if you're interested in that, it's all the information's down below. Do you think NIO will be going back to the 30s? I hope not. We think that if it breaks past the 40, we're going to see 30s. But
yeah, I think it's going to be high 30s though, like 39, like mid 39s or so.
Right.
I don't think it will go past that unless there's just like some crazy sell off.
Right.
But that's kind of the next stopping point. After like 41, mid 41s, it's down to like 39, 40.
42 is a great time to buy in. When it gets to 150 next year, it won't matter. Just don't wait too long to buy back in when it runs.
Yep.
That's the problem. So we see two things with our channel. So we see two things. We see one thing, if NIO crashes, that's when all the haters come out saying NIO is dead, it's trash, it's dog water.
Even though it's up 70% in a month and a half.
And when it runs up, then we see everybody like, oh man, I should have bought in more. I should have bought more. I can't handle this. And then when it crashes, those same people are like, man, I should have sold. Like NIO's dead. It's just like, it's back and forth. And that's what you get when you look at it every single day. That's the way you're going to feel.
And when you just bring your emotions into it.
Right. I think until mid-August, it'll be in the 40s. Yeah, I would like to see 50 by August. I would really like to see it push back towards 50. I was hoping by the end of this week we'd see 45 to 47, but that's
I think July delivery numbers, August 1st and their earnings on the 9th. It's on the 9th, unless that changes. I think those should make it go up.
Right.
Even though it'll probably sell off after, but overall it'll still be up though.
Right, that's what you want. That's what we want. One Norway sales booking starts. Yeah, I think once those start, that's just going to add to the numbers, and I think that's going to be even better. I'm really excited to see NIO hit 10,000 deliveries, and I think we're going to see that towards the end of this year, if not beforehand. I think we're going to probably, for the month of July, I think we're going to see about 9,500 sales, somewhere in that ballpark.
With them letting users decide locations, it sounds like they'll have them anywhere in the near future, coming to America hopefully soon. Yeah, we think 2023 they'll probably be in the US. And yeah, every stock, has some kind of pullback at some time. And yeah, Red, the COVID variant is raging, market going down again, wait for opportunities. Yeah, that's what started this whole downward trend pretty much, is Japan shutting down the Olympics and shutting down the Olympics for spectators and going into like a state of emergency or whatever they call it, because of the variant.
Right.
And then then they just start talking about it more, and just fear gets out of control, and yeah.
It'll be back to 50 before August is done. Oh, for sure. I think it will. I mean, if NIO has a good delivery in the month of July, I think we could see 10,000 deliveries in August.
Yeah.
Depending on what their numbers look like this year or this month. So
Matthew, when times like these where there's inflation, there's COVID variant fears, there's all kinds of China US tension crap. It doesning matter what the company comes out with, they could do something.
They could cure cancer and it's still going to go down.
Yeah, it's still going to go down. It's just the whole market just starts moving, as a whole, pretty much.
Honestly, though, but by the time when we started this stream, we only had like 3 or 4 of these stocks on the side lit up in green, and now we're starting to kind of slowly convert. CCIV is on a tear still.
Yeah, there's a couple that
have
gone green for me,
right?
But Tesla's barely green now,
right? Do you remember when we were sitting at 55 the week before gold times? Right.
Yeah. Good times.
Right.
Good times.
That's when everybody was high on we're all rich now, and now we're just back to cups hanging out the end of the shaking for some cash.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on August 12th through August 17th, Lean Xpeng earnings. Yeah. And I think NIO is reporting the 10th. I believe that's what 9th.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out on that.
According
I think
to
that's going to be a
Fidelity.
good week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a great week.
Dude, I'm so excited to finish this stupid basement.
I
I'm
bet
looking.
you've been working on it for like 5 months.
I know. I'm going to put the shelves in the background. I'm going to put my sweet bobbleheads. I'm sure you guys can see these sweet bobbleheads back here. I'm going to put them on the shelf, and then I want to get the Master Chief helmet. I want to get the Halo 3 Master Chief helmet from the Halo 3 game when it came out, and I want to put that back there as well.
Should get a neon stock dudes.
I'm going to get a neon stock dude sign as well. I'm debating on that's a little bit more expensive of a purchase, so I don't know if I want to buy that until after we get the trademark and stuff filed and everything's done. Like, we're still waiting on that. So once that's complete, then I will do it, because I don't want to buy something that is. I would have been real upset spending $300 on a neon sign that said Stock Nerds. I would have been real upset.
Yeah, I spent $50 and I was upset.
I can't believe CCIV went back to. I know, we were just at 30 too.
Right.
Soulmates, keep an eye on that though. I think once next week. I don't know if you guys are up or down in CCIV, but I think next week for CCIV is going to be a ride. I think we're going to see it run up, and then I think it's going to sell off. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I think that's what's going to happen.
So watch out for that.
And for those that may be new here, we bought a while back. We bought into a stock. This is the only time I've ever listened to Kramer. Only time. I'm going to make that clear. We bought a stock called XL Fleet.
Yeah, but we also sold it. He didn't say
right. So this was before. Yeah, we sold it. Back on the merger, I believe they were another company and they were merging with XL Fleet to bring XL Fleet to the market. We bought in back here when it was like $14 to $18. I think we were more towards the 17, 18 mark.
I don't remember.
This was, I believe, this big green candlestick was the day of the merger.
Yeah.
The day of the merger. And then it sold off the very next day. So I think we could possibly see something like this happen with CCIV. And so that's why I'm like,
as dramatic as that, but yeah.
I'm hoping we see 65 so I can sell out and then buy back in. That's what I want. Let me see if I can.
Hey, what's up, Domino? Welcome back.
Okay, so this was the merger date, and this was 10:30. Let me see here. So towards the end of the day, yes. So it ran up the day of, and then the very next day, that's when it sold off. So just be prepared for that, Chad. We're just letting you know.
If you see it running up, expect it to sell off.
Yep, just letting you know.
Do whatever you want with that.
Yep. But with CCIV offering $10 shares for people who are already invested is kind of worrisome, but we'll find out. They're looking for people to buy out, and they're trying to buy you out. So we'll see what happens there.
Right.
Let's see here. What are your thoughts on IDEX? I don't think we've ever. I think it's on our list. Yeah, it's on our list, but I don't think we've really looked into it a whole lot. I feel like I saw this. Was this on Wall Street Bets? I feel like I saw this one on Wall Street Bets, but I'm not 100% certain on that. I'd have to look into it.
What is the earliest on the average day that you can usually get an idea how particular stock is going to perform for the rest of the day? Probably before noon, usually like 11 o'clock.
I think
usually then it kind of just chills out, goes sideways for the rest of the day, and then kind of 2:30, between 2 to 3 is when it starts possibly moving again.
Right.
Usually midday, it's usually sideways.
I think answering that question, let me see here. What's today? Today is the 16th.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at today.
So I think answering that question is, did we start out at $44 today? We did. I think usually within the first hour or so, because usually within the first 10 minutes, it runs up, runs down, runs back up. It's all over the place. And then I think after the first hour is usually when we see, kind of get a feel of where this is going to go for the day. Maybe the first 2 hours. I'm up, but we got to close to buy in. LOL. I'm up, but we got to close to buy it. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is Neo gonna crash and never come up again? No. No. I don't see that happening.
I don't see it
It's
either.
gonna go back up.
What's going on, Domino? How you doing, man?
Yeah, loyal.
Another familiar
loyal
face,
guy
Red.
there.
Terry, what's going on? Let's see here. Not touching CCIV like Tesla. A single battery fire in one of their vehicles will send it crashing down. Potentially,
especially since they're newer. Yeah.
I do believe in Lucid, but I think they need to get their crap together. But maybe that's just from what I see. Maybe they already have it together.
I think people are just getting impatient.
I think so too. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Where was I at? Right there.
Tim. Oh, sorry.
I'm just reading Terry's. Is it expected that NIO will do a secondary in Hong Kong exchange as well as the Shanghai? I believe they will open the floodgate for huge Chinese demand for NIO stocks. Your thoughts? So there was a report of them doing a second listing, aside from the Hong Kong listing. It was just a rumor, according to the report that we read. So there was nothing official. We do know that they're going to come to the Hong Kong market. They filed for that back in March, but they had some issues along the way. That's why they haven't done it yet. So we're waiting on that to confirm, and that's why we believe that, or that's why they brought in this I can't remember her name, but they brought that female on to the board for some of those regulation rules. So I do think they will be listing within the next month or two. So keep an eye out on that. And I think that's going to be good. So
let's see. So, a question for you all: with the limited data we have, doesn't seem like the market reacted well with XPeng listing. Understand there are many other factors in this, though. Yeah, anytime a company offers more shares, it's gonna make it go down. But if you watched, it went down, but then the very next day it was right back up. So,
right. Well, and I also think XPeng listed on the Hong Kong market a little bit more expensive than what the U.S. shares were priced at.
Yeah, I believe so.
Have a couple of options on it too. Messed up on the buy-in. Never thought it would drop this much. Yeah. I'm assuming you're talking about NIO. Yeah. Nobody obviously wants to see it keep going down, but Smudge EVGO. We actually just talked about that a little bit ago. We haven't looked into it a whole lot. Me personally, I'm not buying into it just because I'm already in EV, a lot of EV stuff in my portfolio. So, but we've heard and seen multiple people talking about it. We keep getting questions actually about it all the time in the channel. So, what do you think about NIO? Is it going to crash? Yeah, we just answered that question. Hi all. Any idea why XPeng is up and Lee and NIO are down? Honestly, I don't. I couldn't answer that question.
Yeah.
Not quite sure. I mean, it's doing the polar opposite. It's up 1.6%, and Lee's down 1.8, and NIO's down 1.5. So, not quite sure. What's Wish doing?
Buy a NIO shirt today?
Wish is down another 4%, easy.
What's AMC doing?
AMC is down. That's AMD. AMC is up just under 4%.
It's only at $37 though.
Yeah.
So chip shortage is a big deal right now with all tech and EV stocks. Well, that's all getting better. It's been getting better for the last, I don't know, almost 2 months now. And there was actually just an article that came out about chip stuff. Let me see if I can find it. About how it's supposed to be getting better.
Matthew says, "What do you think of?" I'm thinking this is Uxin. I don't know. UXIN. My ears perked up when NIO investing in them. So I think that's like a car trading company, which those are starting to kind of gain a little bit of traction here in the U.S. as well. Like obviously like Carvana and Auto Trader and stuff like that. I think it's going to be a similar thing as that. So I have it on my list of things to watch. I actually have it on a watch list. So I may or may not be investing into that.
Yeah, that's Red's probably right. The car, I forget the
the flying car. Yeah, that's what we were talking about this morning.
So real quick though, going back to what I was talking about with the chip shortage, there's an article that came out. It says Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company says that you can expect a sharp uptick in chip supply. So there's a whole article on that. But yeah, it's the chip stuff's getting better. They've been saying that for a little while now. Plus the big factory in Japan going back to 100% capacity. And that factory supplies the world with like a third of the chips. So, yeah, it's all heading in the right direction. I don't think it's really that big of a worry anymore. At least not for NIO. For other, big manufacturers, it might still be kind of hurting them, but it's not affecting NIO anymore.
So this is that flying car he was talking about.
Yeah.
This marks another step closer to becoming a more widely available, safe flying car. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. You already know my opinion on that.
Let's see here. Infrastructure news could come as soon as next Monday. They could be pushed to the EV market, which I think would be fantastic because we really need it. I think that'll drive a lot of the stocks up. I know the Democrats just agreed to a $3.5 trillion infrastructure plan over the next 10 years. Which is absolutely freaking crazy. That's so much money, man.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that plays out.
Just trillions every month, and then
let's just keep
why you have
passing out trillions of dollars.
All right. So I heard on a grapevine that the pre-order for ET7 has reached close to 100,000. Have you got any insight on this number? No. We've
Sources
heard
close
some
to the
people,
situation says this. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of just rumors. I think a lot of people are just putting out random numbers. We've had people come to us and say, "Oh, I know a guy that works there, and it's 60,000." But I mean, people can say whatever they want on the internet, so I don't really believe that. I'm not gonna put it out as a fact when some random dude you can just come to me and say they have 50,000, and I believe it, and then I go out and tell all you guys it's 50,000. Like that's
right.
That's not how I roll. So unless I actually see some actual proof, I'm not gonna say any number. But yeah, there's been people for a while now saying 40,000, then it jumped to 60, and then now 100, and yeah. So there hasn't been anything official that has come out with any pre-order number, so I'm not gonna say any numbers.
The closest we've got to it is NIO saying, hey, the goal is 50,000.
Well, and that
does not mean pre-order numbers either. So
they said pre-order numbers are the best that it's been for any other vehicles. So, still doesn't really tell you anything besides, it's obviously popular. Talks with Ryan. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, for being here, obviously. Yeah, so there was news about the Hong Kong listing. We're going to do a video on that for today at probably 4 Eastern time. I always got to remember to say Eastern time because, there's people they're all over the place.
Yeah. So about that, we're just going to talk about them and what's going on and why they haven't listed yet. There's a bunch of news on it and how they're doing, how they're basically going to try to list. And they actually, like we said earlier, they brought on that woman. Let's just look it up right now. This is gonna drive me freaking nuts, man. That they brought her onto the board to basically to meet some of the regulations that are required to list this. I think it's Long Yu. This woman.
Yeah,
they brought her on board.
Yep. What price do you see NIO going to by December of this year? Probably like 70. Because by the end of the year, we think like 70 to 75. So
yeah, I'm really hoping they bring NIO Day this year. So
Yeah, I mean, everything is pointing to it's going to be this year because, you know, they said that they're going to release a new car at the end of this year, and they're only going to release a car at NIO Day. So it seems like
Right.
NIO Day is going to be at the end of this year, not the beginning of next year. So that's good stuff there. If you guys aren't already, you know, hit that sub button. Really helps us out. We're trying to get to 6,000 subs by the end of this month. So smack that sub button if you're not already subbed. Seems like it's been a while since we've done a live stream, and I don't even think it's been very long.
Yeah, it feels like it.
It's been 3 days.
Yeah.
I like doing the live streams. Thanks, I concur. I've been buying long calls on the dips, retiring early. Heck yeah. Yeah, we want to be retired at 45, so.
I'm hoping to be retired by the end of this year, man. I'm going out to Vegas in September. I'm going to rob that place. Be retired by the end of the year.
He's been reading books and, you know, how to count cards. Yeah. Like we said, you know, sarcasm, people.
Right.
Is NIO going to get delisted? I don't
Yep,
think so.
Gone. Consider it gone. Gone tomorrow.
You're going to panic.
No, God,
No,
please
it's not
don't
going to.
panic. No, NIO, as far as we know, NIO is not getting delisted. There's no reason for them to get delisted. The only reason NIO is going to get delisted is if China just straight up pulls them off. You know, just pulls the plug.
Right. Yeah.
But there's been no news. There's been nothing about NIO being delisted. Yeah, right. Consider it gone. It's done. Gone.
Exactly. She gone. But yeah, 40 for me. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Could shoot for 40, and then if it happens by 45, I'll be happy.
Oh, is that the ticket?
Depends on how good everything does. Could be 40. Could be 38. Could be 50.
Right.
I'd rather not, but all I know is I'm not going to be retiring at like 65.
All right, go lay down. Go.
Thing's
Yeah.
head's bigger than your whole body.
Right. He's taller than I am when he stands up on his hind legs.
You're ridiculous.
Oh shoot. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the news that there is for NIO. I don't think there's any other Jones.
When do you think NIO will start getting into the 50-60 range? Probably, I think closer to 60 once they actually, I think they'll get close to there when they start doing like 10,000 a month deliveries. Delisting fears are hilarious. I agree.
They're the best, dude. Honestly, the best.
But the best way to, and it's going to sound wrong, but the best way to control people is by fear. So
Right.
if you want something to happen, make everyone panic.
So let's see here. Besides just what is the best way to play these dips? Besides just buying and holding. So you can do one of two things. So we like to consider ourselves long-term players, long-term holders. Aside from now
it's different. It depends on what stock we're talking about here. But like for
Right.
a long-term stock like NIO, it's completely different than something that I'm just planning on just quick.
But sometimes we like to swing these. So sometimes we like to swing some of these stocks. You know, buy some and then just run it up and sell it out. So that's some people do that. For us, we like to watch the RSI. We'll watch, you know, if it's down low, if it's down towards the 30s, we'll, you know, you potentially buy in, let it run back up towards 70 on the RSI and then sell.
Yeah.
So you could easily just swing trade it. How much
Alex,
money?
how much money?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That'll. I'm not gonna say how much money I want, but that's all dependent on how much you think you need to live when you're retired. So my plan is to have X amount of money, and then I live off my investments. I don't like. I'm just gonna throw out a random number. I'm not gonna have like $1 million in there and then just retire and then just live off that $1 million until I die. I'm going to have that, say $1 million in there, and then every year get, on average get, 10% or something, and then live off, what profits you made that year, live off that the following year, if that makes sense. So then you always have that, say, $1 million in your account. And then, if you get 10%, obviously once, you get closer to retirement and stuff, you're going to move stuff over into, safer mutual funds, stuff like that. But there's a lot out there that, average year growth is like anywhere between 8 and 15. So, I mean, however much money you think you need, and then just live off what you make every year. So that's what I'm doing, at least. That's my plan. Live off your profits pretty much. And then obviously if, crap hits the fan, you still have all that money in your account.
Right. Well, and that's the thing too, is even if you had $1 million in there, by the time you get $1 million in there, your house should probably be paid off. You probably shouldn't have any more car payments. And I mean, if even at 10% a year, that's $100,000 a year that you don't have to put towards anything aside your utilities. So
yeah,
let's say 5,000 of that goes towards utilities, and that's just a random number pulling that out. Like, that's a lot of money left over to do whatever with.
Yeah, and then that doesn't include taxes, but there's taxes can vary so much. You could be paying 20-some%, you could be paying nothing. So it all depends on your research of how to pay less taxes.
Right.
But
let's see. Soulmates, y'all exclusively cover NIO. What can I look forward to with your channel? So most of our stuff is definitely NIO. That's what our fan base likes. It's what a lot of people like, but we are trying to branch out into other stocks. That is the hard part. So for us, we're both extremely busy. And for us to make a video on, let's say, AMD, if we make a video on AMD, it's only going to get us 150 views. And to us, that's not worth the time and effort that it takes to make one of these videos for 150 views. And it sounds really cheap and corny for us to say that. And it sounds like we just, it sounds weird, but it's just the way it is. It's in order for us to grow the channel, to build a bigger community, for more people to get more advice from all these other people, we have to talk about NIO essentially in order to get anything. So we pretty much, like, if we're going to talk about AMD, we try to tie that in with a NIO video. Like, we'll talk about NIO, and then towards the end of the video, we'll talk about AMD, or we'll talk about Tesla or GameStop or whatever.
Yeah, so, any other stock, really. Yeah, because, I mean, it's always the joke that, we're obviously in other stocks besides NIO, and it's, a shocker because all we talk about really is NIO. But, like, I'm in other, like, 20 other stocks besides NIO. So there's a lot of different stuff that we can talk about, even stuff that we're not in. We want to start talking about it more. Yeah. But we post daily and many live streams. We've been doing more live streams recently. We used to not do any live streams. Now we do, I don't know, three or so a week. It all depends on our schedules. Terry, yeah. So the Crossing China guy, it might have just been in our Discord that I shared a video of his, but I talked about it in one of our videos. I don't know. It's been a couple weeks. He had a video where he was, I believe, in Mongolia, and he was at kind of like a touristy place out in the middle of nowhere, and his SUV was, ran out of battery, and he had the NIO van come and charge it up, and he had video of it, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, he has some good content. We're
actually, we've actually talked about it a couple times about having Aaron from NIO Trending and potentially trying to get a hold of Mr. P and talk with him about his NIO and his experience with them, and maybe do some kind of like live stream collaboration, or collab with other people and make a video or something. We're in the process of possibly trying to get that to work out. So let me see here.
Yeah, soulmates we post all the time, and like we said, we're gonna get into other stocks besides just NIO because there's a lot of other good stuff out there.
Right, exactly.
And you're on. Thank you,
US
soulmates.
Yeah, thank you for that, man. You didn't have to do
Thank you.
that. We appreciate that. Hit that notification bell. That's right. That's right. US says they'll delist China stocks after 3 years. I mean, China pulling off NIO. You guys not worried about that? So I think I have yet to hear that, but it sounds like you might have your facts mixed up. It just depends. It could. Maybe that's a thing. I just haven't heard about it yet.
Well, the 3 years, it seems like they're maybe confused a little bit about the 3 years.
So
thing.
I think the 3 year thing that you're hearing is the US. So US says they'll delist China stocks, not China delisting. So the thing there is the law that they just passed. I can't remember what the hell it's called. We made multiple videos on it. Basically, if any foreign stock, let's say in this example, NIO, is not compliant with the U.S. regulations for 3 years, 3 consecutive years, they will be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange.
Yep.
So they have to be 3 consecutive years in a row of non-compliant information and audits and stuff. So
which I don't see that happening. So.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what the whole 3 year thing is. So no, we're not really worried about that because they're making so much. NIO is making so much money from the U.S. and obviously all the other countries that can buy U.S. stock. They're not gonna let that happen.
Right.
You guys are one of my favorite channels, Orlando. Thank you. Been seeing you.
We really
around.
appreciate that, man. We really do. Soulmates, again, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate that.
Anthony, exactly like you said, a Chinese company would have to ignore this for 3 years. Yep. And I definitely don't see that happening.
Oh, let's see here.
I'm surprised CCIV's holding that little blast off it had. Really surprised it didn't sell most of that off.
Yeah, Anthony, you're right. A Chinese company would seriously just have to ignore everything for 3 years. And with NIO being as big as they are and them wanting, they're trying to enter the U.S. market. They're going to enter. They have an office branch here in California. They've shipped multiple cars over to the United States. So I think they're in the process of researching the how our market works, because that's what they did over in Europe. They researched the market the market in Europe for years before they actually entered the market. So I think that's what they're doing in the States.
Yep. Where do you see NIO at the end of this year? Between 70 and 75.
Yep. Awesome. That's where we see it. We're both pretty heavy on NIO, so that's where we're thinking it's going to land.
Yeah, Anthony, do you remember, Mike, where she went? It wasn't like
so
Yale.
She did the I think it's like some computer and science place in China, and then she went to, I believe it's Harvard.
Yeah, it was one of those big universities.
Was it Harvard? I'm pretty sure it was Harvard.
I said Yale, but I don't remember.
No,
do you have that article still up?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
It's one of those big ones.
Let's see here.
Stanford,
that's it. Yep, Stanford.
There it is.
But she also is on the board of directors for the audit company Tapestry, which in their portfolio they have Coach, Stuart Wiseman, and Kate Spade. So some pretty big companies there as well. So yeah, she's no joke.
And Fahad with Chinese A-share market stuff in the future. Yeah, we saw some articles about that. I don't know, late last week, early this week. There was some articles coming out about that. CCIV ticker change 723 likely holding the run. It depends on how high it goes. If we see another XL fleet situation like we said earlier, I'm taking profits and then buying back in. Because if it goes up, even if it goes up 20%, it's gonna come down. For sure. But you know, who knows? It could be like an XL fleet situation where it runs up 80, 90%. But
I hope it does.
I don't know if I see that happening. Yeah. Yeah, Harry. Yep. 73-78 by end of year from David.
I love the specifics, or David. Yeah. I love the specifics.
He doesn't play around. I'm always like, oh, around 73-ish, and he always has his exact numbers. We don't even talk about supports or anything.
All right, I'll be on a bit.
Let's see here. NIO has a lot of connections in the U.S. They will be here. I think so too. 2023 is, I think, when the 2022, 2023, I think is when they're going to announce it. So.
Yep. I mean, they shipped cars over here already. People have been seeing cars around. Yeah, they've been hiring more and just take time. Depending on how much stuff they'll have to change to meet our regulations too. That could take a little bit.
Oh, let's see here.
My baby, soon to the moon with Tesla. Yep. To the moon. In time. I think there's just a lot of fear going on right now, and that's just making this whole market in general, but especially Chinese stocks volatile, which is unfortunate.
All right, let's see here. I think we're probably gonna get ready to wrap up stream. We got to make one more video for today. I think we gotta make one more video for the day, and then I've got to go downstairs and finish that room, man, because I'm looking forward to having a stream room. So say goodbye to the bedroom if you guys haven't heard the news yet. My room is pretty much done downstairs, so. Yeah. Maybe 1 or 2 more videos with this background, and then it's going to be a new scene. So,
yeah, Tom. I mean, they have that huge factory that they built. I'm in Arizona, and once that sucker is completely done, they can crank out like 400,000 vehicles from that thing. That's just gonna be nuts. It's already at like a 30,000 capacity.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. All right, guys. I think we're going to end it there. It's been a pretty good stream. We're going for about an hour and a half now. We hope you guys got you got your questions answered. If you didn't, we'll be back again. I'm sure either this weekend or maybe next week sometime. We'll be talking more.
Definitely during next week, if not the weekend.
Let's see here. For next Friday, I work, so that's unfortunate. I would like to live stream before the CCIV merger so we could talk about it. So
yeah.
But yeah, so we appreciate you all being here. Thanks, David. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, everybody. Soulmates. Again, thank you, Soulmates, for the super chat. We really appreciate that.
Thank you, Tom. Sometimes we get crap from other people from keeping it real instead of being, you know, the typical hype boys, but we'd rather keep it real. So
awesome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate everybody being here. Terry, Fahad, Anthony. Really appreciate it, guys.
Soulmates, again, thank you. Soulmates, thank you.
But that's gonna wrap up this video. We will have a video tonight. Let me set him down.
Yeah, in like 2.5 hours, we'll have a video out. So, should be around 4 Eastern time.
But yeah, so look forward to that. Set your notification bells on. Hit the sub button. Hit the like for the video. It really helps support the channel. All that stuff really does actually help. For those that just think it's just hogwash, it actually does help the channel out. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate all the support you've given us so far. And the rest of you, everybody just have a good day. And we will see you guys in the next video.